Do you know that you're such a loser? I mean, you are already 42 years old. You don't have any kids and you're not even married. You're a total failure. I mean, don't you still live at your home with our parents? I can't believe that you're the older sister and yet, compared to your, younger sister, you're a complete loser. All you do is stay at all home all day and live off our parents' hard-earned money while you don't contribute anything at all. How can you even live with yourself when that's your life? Don't you think that that's just totally pathetic? You really are useless, you know that.
Joanne, it had been so long since I last heard from you that I was beginning to hope that you had finally given up on ever wanting to talk to me again. But I guess you were just waiting to come at me with a whole slew of new insults, weren't you? I guess I can't really say that I'm surprised at you for doing this, though. But it's okay, because that means that I can't say that I didn't see it coming either. So if this is all you have to say to me, I hope we can make this quick.
Aw, poor little loser. Did you really think that you could get rid of me that easily? You think that just because you're single that your little sister would forget all about you? Don't you worry. I was thinking for so long about how sad and lonely and pathetic you must feel about yourself all the time. Not only that, but unlike you, I've been very, very busy raising my children, something that you are never, ever going to have to do in a million years because you can't have kids.
Is that what you've been busy with? Well, I guess you deserved this little break to insult me then, didn't you?
Even through text, I can almost see you shaking with rage as you type the last message. You make it way too easy to get under your skin. Do you know that?
No, it's not that. It's just that I really don't have time to waste on you if all you're going to do is talk down to me.
Well, then don't you worry, because that isn't the only thing that I wanted to talk to you about. The thing is that my family and I are thinking of moving back into my parents' house. So what do you think about that, huh?
Hold on a second. All of you are going to come and live here again? Why? What happened to bring this on all of a sudden? Do you seriously think that you can just show up at the house unannounced and move in because you say so? Because that is not how that is going to work. Do you understand me?
Oh, come on now. You make it sound like I'm being some kind of completely unreasonable monster for something like that. The truth is that I'm actually about to have my 5th child. Pretty amazing, don't you think? Do you even know anyone who has 5 kids? I seriously doubt it. It's almost ironic, isn't it? I get all the kids while you get none. Sometimes the universe just likes to play cruel little jokes on the losers in this world, huh? But anyways, I'm telling you this so that you know that it's time for you to pack up your bags and leave now.
Oh, well, congratulations on the 5th child then. I guess some kind of celebration should be in order or something, right? And your husband must be happy since this is the first child that you're having with him. Isn't that right?
And just what is that supposed to mean, huh? It's fine. You don't have to answer that. It's clear that you're just jealous and trying to rain on my parade is all.
And aren't I allowed to do that after the way that you've treated me over the years? Why are you the only one that gets to insult me? Besides, you're the one who thinks that you can kick me out of the house just because you're having another child.
Well, that's exactly right. This is going to be my 5th child, so it's important that my husband and I have enough space for everyone to run around. And since you're not going to be pumping out any kids anytime soon, you can go ahead and just move out, you fat, ugly cow.
There you go again, thinking that you can give me orders while you insult me. Just what makes you think that I'm going to listen to you if you treat me like this? Do you really think that I'm just going to bend over backwards to give you whatever it is that you want? That isn't going to happen. Just because I'm not married and don't have any kids doesn't mean that I don't have a role to play in this house. I mean, you do realize that I'm the one taking care of our parents, don't you? Do you really think that you and your husband taking care of all 5 of your kids are going to be able to give mom and dad the care they need at their age? And do you really think that mom and dad are going to go along with kicking out me, their live-in nurse, just so that you can invade their home? I mean, all that is going to do is make so much more work for them. I bet you were hoping that you would get to use mom and dad as a free babysitting service, right? Well, I can tell you right now that they don't want that at all, and you're being delusional if you think that's what's going on.
Whoa, you must be really thinking that the world revolves around your lonely, childless self, don't you? How dare you think that you can tell me what I can and can't do? And how dare you try and speak for our parents too?
I'm trying to speak for anyone but myself, but the fact of the matter is that I've been living here for years and I am much more in tune with what our parents want than you are.
You're always like that. You always think that just because you're the older sister that you can boss me around as if we're kids or something like that. Do you not understand that I'm literally pregnant with my 5th child right now? I'm ready to burst any moment now, basically. How dare you try and turn away a poor mother just wanting a home for her children and family, all so that you can continue not to pay any rest at all?
I didn't ever say anything about being the older sister at all. You were the one who brought that up right now. What are you even talking about?
There you go again, making excuses and trying to take back what you said as if you didn't already say it. But let's just go over the facts of matter at hand here. I have 5 kids and you have none. I have had 3 husbands and you have had none. So basically, that makes me the better daughter of the 2 of us. And that means that you need to give up the house to me right now.
I don't even know if you're reading the messages that I'm sending you anymore, but you are clearly just deluded if you think any of what you're saying means anything. All I'm saying is that if you show up to mom and dad's place one day with all your kids and your husband in tow, that they are not going to be happy with you. Why are you so intent on being a burden to our parents when they're this old already?
You still just don't get it at all, do you? Then again, I guess a single barren shrew like you couldn't get it really.
What don't I get? What on earth could you possibly be talking about now?
The only person who's here is causing any trouble for our parents. The only person holding them back, ruining their retirement, and ruining their lives is you, Amy. You're nothing but a parasite in that house, and you're literally sucking the life out of mom and dad before their very eyes. I can see it clearly as they too. But you're the one deluding that yourself, you're just helping them. But the truth is that you're the one that's bad here, not me. I'm just trying to do what's best for my family. Don't you get that?
You know, Joanne, I am sure that you are the only person who feels that way about me. Because I am sure that if you went and asked mom and dad, they would not call me a parasite.
Are you really sure about that? Is that the case? Or is it just that they're too sweet to hurt your feelings and too feeble to realize what is it that you're doing to them? You really think that they enjoy having their eldest daughter unmarried and childless around them all the time? You really need to grow up and face the facts.
How dare you tell me not to speak for mom and dad when you are pretending to know what they're thinking and keeping inside them? I have no idea where you are getting any of these ideas from, but I am just getting sick and tired of you treating me like this.
Well, it's only going to get worse for you because all of our bags are packed here and we are going to be headed over to the house tomorrow.
Hold on a second. You all are going to be arriving here tomorrow? But there's not even a room here ready for one guest, let alone a whole family like yours.
Well, then I guess you had better make sure that there is by the time we get there, or else things are going to get much worse for you, I can assure you that. And don't forget to pack your bags too, because we are not going to be sharing that house with someone like you. Do you understand me?
Why do you always have to talk to me like this? Why can't we ever just have a nice, polite conversation where you don't insult me with every other message that you send, huh?
I wouldn't have to insult all the time if you would just shut up and listen to me like you ought to. Anyways, I've told you our schedule. You better make sure that everything is ready for us by the time we get there, or else. Got it?
Joanne, I am trying to tell you that this is not going to work out. You and your family can't come and live here. Are you even reading any of these messages? I am telling you that you can't come and live here.
Well, you finally forced our hand, Amy. You weren't moving out even though we gave you more than enough warning. So I took it up upon myself to gather up all your belongings around the house and get rid of them all. Now the house is finally free of your presence and we can live here comfortably.
Excuse me? You did what? Did you really gather up my things and get rid of them? Why would you do that? What is the matter with you?
I already told you why I did it. We told you to move out. You didn't listen to us. You didn't give me any other choice. Don't you realize that? Hopefully now you realize that I was being serious and you'll move out like I told you in the first place.
You do realize that you've already pushed out our own parents out of their house too, don't you? When you showed up with all your kids and your husband, you put way too much on Mom and Dad's plate all at once. You put the house into such chaos that I couldn't even do the things I normally would to take care of them.
And just whose fault is that for not thinking of a solution to that problem before we all showed up? I don't understand why you would even bother to ask for help when you know that I'm already too busy with all my kids.
Well, that's fine, but why even come here and live in the house if you aren't going to help take care of it, or Mom and Dad who were already living here, huh?
How dare you try and talk to me like that when you're nothing but a filthy little parasite? You don't get to talk to me or boss me around. If anything, you should be apologizing to me for still even being in the house. It's all your fault that things aren't going well because you didn't listen to me when I tried to warn you that we're coming. And I know that Mom and Dad are more than happy that we're all here with them right now. Are you really telling me that they would rather live with just you over being so close to all of their grandchildren? No way.
Look, I am telling you that Mom has told me that she is really upset that you all just showed up here one day and decided that you were going to be living here, okay?
And I'm telling you that I don't buy a word of that, okay? You're nothing but a parasite and I'm not going to listen or take orders from you. I mean, you aren't married and you don't have any kids, so what do you know about living together with a family, huh? Maybe you should just have learned from my example and follow my path. But you didn't. And now, look at you. You're lonely, pathetic, and worst of all, you don't have any children at all. I have 5 kids. That makes me 5 times the daughter that you are. Got it? You're just an ugly, unwanted little nobody who is never ever going to be loved by anyone. So why don't you just leave the house already? The only ones who are going to have to leave the house are you, your husband, and all your little kids too. And just how are you going to make us do that, huh? Are you really going to ruin how happy we've made by being here all because you're upset that I've taken your place in the house? You stupid little ingrate. This is your mother speaking to you right now. Wait, what? What do you mean? Mom, is that really you? Are you texting me from Amy's phone? Oh, that's right. And Amy has shown me all of the horrible messages that you've been sending her, which means that I have seen all the cruel insults that you've been hurling at her too. Did you really think that any of this was okay? You know that I can't let you get away with this, don't you? I want you and your family to pack your things and get ready to leave. I'm going to call a friend who owns a truck and he'll move you back into your house. Wait, hold on, Mom. Are you serious about this? You aren't really just going to kick us out of here, are you? I mean, we just moved in and settled down. Besides, I thought that you would have been happy to be living with your favorite daughter and near all of your grandkids too. Of course I'm serious. I mean, did you really think that you could just barge in here and suddenly announce that you're going to be living here? Don't you think that I can't even walk properly? Your sister has here been helping me around and do things around the house this whole time. But now I can hardly even hear myself think, much less move around freely with all these people in my house. Please, you've got to be kidding me, right? This is some kind of joke. You're not really Mom. It's just Amy pretending to be you, right? Why are you asking me this via text when we're all in the same house? You can come up to my room and ask me to my face if you really want to know. In fact, do that right now. I want to talk to you right this second. In the meantime, I'm going to call my friend and have him bring his truck over. Tell your husband and children that they need to pack up all their things right now. But why would you do that? Why do you need to call your friend and ask him to bring his truck over? I don't understand. I already told you why. It's so that he can take all your crap out of my house. So then you're really serious? You're going to choose Amy over your other daughter, all your grandchildren? Do you think it's easy to get 4 children to pack up all their things and move all the way over here? We just got here. I don't care if you moved in here with a whole football team. You are all doing nothing but causing chaos and making a mess of my home, and I'm furious with you. Why are you even coming back if you're not going to do anything to help me out? I was happy to be here with your dad and Amy. But I really didn't know that. I thought that Amy was just being a parasite. I thought you would have liked to be with the family. You mean you thought you could just do this without even asking me about it first? I thought it would be a nice surprise for you, is all. Besides, I never once told you that you would be allowed to live here, and had you asked, I still would have said now. Please, you can't kick us out though. We already canceled the lease on our old place, and we don't have anywhere else to go. Well, it sounds to me like that's a problem for you and your husband to figure out amongst yourselves. But I want you all out of my house, and if you don't leave, I will make you two leave. Do you understand me? Now, I'm going to put your sister back on while I call my friend. I'm serious. If you don't start backing up right now, we will just start throwing your things outside. But you can't do that to me. It isn't fair. I was just trying to think of my family. You can understand that, right?
Hello, Joanne? It's Amy again. Well, I guess this is what you get for trying to kick me out of Mom and Dad's place without even talking to them about it first.
This isn't fair. How could Mom do this to me? I can't help if that's what she wants. I don't mind helping at all.
I really don't think that Mom wants any help from you or your children or your husband at all. I mean, do you even know the first thing about nursing?
Well, I bet I could figure it out.
And you're really just taking our own mom's life into your hands like that? You really are one of the most selfish people that I have ever met. Do you know that? I wasn't just living with Mom and Dad because I didn't have anywhere else to go. I literally went to nursing school. I learned about elder care. I have skills that they need. I wasn't being a parasite either. Mom and Dad and I had a deal where I could live with them in exchange for taking care of them like I had been.
But I thought that you were just trying to kiss up to Mom and Dad so that they would give you more of their inheritance.
If you think you're getting a penny of that at all now, then you really do need to talk to Mom. She's telling me that she's going to call her lawyer next and have you taken out of her will.
What? Would she really do that? But that isn't fair.
Also, she said if you don't start packing up your things right now, that she would call the cops and force you all out.
Oh no! How did this all come to this? This isn't fair!
In the end, Joanne and her family were able to pack up their bags and get her family moved out of Mom and Dad's place. Although her husband was furious with her, and I heard that they were going to get a divorce. After hearing about that, however, I decided to block Joanne on everything and have done my best to avoid hearing about her ever since. At this point, I just hope that her kids turn out okay with such a wreck of a mother. As for my parents and I, we decided that it would be better to move somewhere new where Joanne couldn't find us, and with more amenities for my parents.
Amber! I told that old hag of yours to stay away from my wedding coming up soon. So can you make sure to tell her as well for me? Tell her that she will not be allowed into the wedding on the day of, and that she needs to stay away from us so as not to cause any trouble.
What? When you say that old hag of mine, who are you talking about?
I'm talking about your mom being the old hag, and you should have known what I meant. Having her walk into my wedding all by herself with no partner walking beside her is just sad. So tell her to stay away. Simple as that. You are her daughter after all, so you should be fine with asking that of her for me.
Sandy? I'm sorry, but I have zero clue what you're talking about right now. Are you really telling me that you don't want my mom coming to my brother and your wedding?
I am telling you that. I shouldn't even have to be telling you this sort of stuff right now. You should already know that someone like her coming into my wedding would ruin the whole mood.
No, I don't know any good reason why her coming to your wedding would ruin the mood.
Why not? Being raised by a single mother is freaking embarrassing, right? And having her waltz into my wedding with nobody as her partner is so sad that I cannot allow it to happen when I'm about to show everyone my happiness. So tell her to stay away, please. Even your brother is embarrassed by her, so I'd like to keep her from coming in and ruining the whole wedding by making him and I beet red with anger and embarrassment. Just think about it with a level head, and you can see why I'm asking this from you.
Why are you saying things like that? I actually respect my mom a lot for having to raise her kids all on her own. And the way you're talking about her so cruelly right now is making me a bit upset, so please stop that. I feel bad for my mom right now hearing things like this about her from you.
What? Are you an idiot as well, then?
Excuse me?
You just have to put a little thought into it and you'd understand what I'm saying. If your mom comes to my wedding, she's going to ruin everybody's time. And if she begins to piss me off coming in as a single and depressing mother like that, then what do you think will happen to my wedding?
Well, stop trying to think that just by having my mom at your wedding, she'd ruin everyone's mood and end your wedding.
If she ends up coming in and giving the wedding a rotten atmosphere, your brother's going to be just as upset as I will be. Are you telling me that you want both me and your brother to be upset and embarrassed on our very special day?
Does this mean that my brother is 100% on board with having my mom stay away from the wedding?
Him and I are a married couple now. Anything I say about the two of us automatically makes him on board with it.
Well, if that's what you think, then fine. But I highly doubt that he'd be okay with what you're saying about our mom right now. Both he and I think highly of our mom and would never want to do anything to disrespect her.
You're the least helpful little sister. Well, whatever, I guess. We'll handle your mom on our own then.
And how are you going to handle my mom then?
Don't you dare go telling your brother anything about this, okay? And if you don't want our wedding to end up going up in flames, then you stay out of what happens next between us and your mom.
Well, now you're starting to get me worried about what you're planning on doing. I don't plan to say anything necessarily to my brother about this, but you're not going to do anything unwarranted to my mom, right?
We are getting very close to our long-awaited wedding and are both very nervous as well as excited for the day. So I ask you to please stay quiet about what I said. Allow your brother and I to have our moment in peace without getting in the way.
I still am a bit lost on what's all going on here with you, but I have no plans of getting in the way of your wedding. But can you make sure to talk all of this through with my brother as well before you ask to have my mom stay away from your wedding? Mom, have you gotten any messages from Sandy recently?
Well, she told me not to come to her wedding a little while ago.
So she actually did go ahead and tell you all of that straight then. I can't believe her. Well, you don't really have to worry about what she said to you, okay? I really do think that there's no way on earth that Kai would allow you to be told to stay away from his wedding with no good reasoning.
Well, I hope you're right.
Huh? Why do you say it like that?
Well, I'm just saying that what Sandy has said about Kai agreeing with her might be correct. I'm sure to him he has no real use for me anymore as his mother, and if anything, I'm just an embarrassment to him now.
Why are you saying all of that stuff about yourself and him? There's just no way that he'd think of you that way now.
Well, I heard all of this from Kai himself.
What? You heard this from Kai himself?
He told me that after what he's been told by Sandy, it's probably best that I really don't come to their wedding. And then after that, he ended our conversation by telling me to just not come. And ever since then, I haven't heard anything from him, no matter how many times I try to call and text him.
What the heck? What is wrong with Kai? Does he not see how rude he's being to you right now? I'll go and talk with him then.
Please stop trying to talk any sense into those two for me, okay?
Why should I stop trying, though? There has to be something going on between Kai and Sandy that we don't know about, because there is just no way he'd actually mean something as cruel as that. I bet you she's trying to brainwash him right now, and that his response to you wasn't his own.
And I'm sure that there's some reason for Kai telling me not to come, but we can't go around trying to force ourselves into those two's decision. I will at least go out and try to help them prepare tomorrow, but if they really do not want me coming to the wedding or having anything to do with it, then I'm going to stop. It's my job as his mom to let him decide who comes and who doesn't come to his wedding.
All right, then. How about the both of us go tomorrow, then, to help them prepare? I want the both of us to hear the real reasoning behind their decision for having you stay away.
Hey, why did you and your mom come here? I thought I made myself very clear when I said that I didn't want your mom coming to my wedding. What the hell are you thinking coming into this place with your mom?
Well, I'm having a hard time believing that you actually had the nerve to tell my mom to stay away from this wedding.
Well, even if you've come here today, it's not going to help your guys' situation any. Your brother and I didn't prepare a seat for your mom here.
Huh? You actually overlooked preparing a seat for my mom? For Kai's mom?
That's exactly what I'm saying. And why would I have? I told you that she wasn't allowed in here, yet she chose to come anyway with you.
Even if you're my brother's fiancé, this is going way too far. Allow us to talk to him right now about all of this.
Right now, Kai is busy talking with other people at the moment and doesn't have time to waste with the two of you. That's the whole reason I'm being considerate of him and am giving up my time to handle his family ordeal. As I had said to you and your mom before, there is no seating for her. I'm going to have your mom kicked out of this wedding right now.
You are the worst, Sandy, saying things like that about my mom.
I'm in the right to be saying all of this about her. Having to be raised in a single-parent household is one of the most embarrassing things to happen to someone, and I don't want him to feel that embarrassment today. All your mom is doing by being here is causing problems, and I want her to go home.
Then the whole family is going to go home.
Huh?
I've had enough of this from you. My mom is done dealing with you, and so the two of us are going to do as you say and leave this wedding right now.
Huh? Hold on a second, Amber. Did I ever say that I want you going home from this wedding as well?
You don't have to say anything like that to me, because saying something like that to my amazing mom is enough to make me want to go. So if you still want her to leave this place, then I'm going to join her and see her home. And right now, we are talking with other members of the family about this as well as friends. Even my brother is saying that he's ready to go now after what you've said to my mom.
Huh? What the hell are you talking about when you say your brother says he will go home? Do you have any other brothers besides Kai that I've never been told about?
I do not. I only have one brother, and that would be Kai. And Kai is the one saying that he'll come home with us. The way you've been acting around us and speaking for him has been way too much for him to accept.
Now, you wait just a second. What are you actually saying right now? What? Are you telling me that you told Kai about all of this? That has to be a load of crap, right? I specifically told you to not tell him anything about this and that I'd handle things between us.
Well, I was finally able to talk with him in person, face to face. And when we started to talk to one another, I made sure to show him all the things you've been saying to our mom and I about not wanting her here.
Huh? You're showing our conversations to other people without asking for my permission first. What the hell happened to there being something called privacy in this world?
And what happened to the privacy that my brother deserves to have from you?
Huh?
You ended up taking his phone from him on multiple occasions and typing all sorts of replies to my mom using his phone, making her think that she was talking to him when it was really you. And in the end, you were the one that blocked her on his phone, right?
I'm not really sure what you're talking about right now, but...
Come on now, Sandy, this is not the time to be laughing about that. You have very much shocked my brother with the way you've acted.
And so what? Why the hell did you tell all of this to Kai now? I swear, I told you very clearly to not get in the way of your brother and my happiness, and that includes this wedding today.
You think I was actually going to listen to you after what you said to me about not wanting my mom at her son's wedding?
Huh?
The way you've been acting around everyone has been completely screwed up, and my brother needed to know about what you were doing. And right now, he's in complete shock over what you'd done.
Huh? What are you trying to say I did that would surprise him so much? What did you actually say to my man that would make him start to doubt me? Why, Amber? Why would you do all this useless crap on the most important day of Kai's in my life?
This is all happening because of how you played your cards, Sandy. You kept thinking that you had the right to talk horribly about my mom and say that she was causing the two of you embarrassment. But it's because of my mom that you were able to meet such an amazing man as Kai. Because she worked her butt off for us, making sure we turned out as good people. What the hell does it matter to you that we have no father? You have no right to talk about my family like you have been, Sandy. Even if you have a problem with her being a single mother, my brother and I are both so thankful that we were raised by someone as warm-hearted and thoughtful as her.
Who gives a crap about all of that? Right now, things are going downhill for me. If I'm not able to have this wedding with Kai today, what am I going to do? Where the hell has he run off to right now?
Do you even have the ability to listen to what I say to you? I said just a second ago that not only my mom and I, but also Kai have all given up on you and are done here.
What do you mean given up on me and are done here, though?
I'm saying that we cannot forgive you for the way you've talked to us and the way you've acted around Kai. And it seems that he feels the same way and doesn't want to deal with you as his partner anymore.
Hold on. I just heard that Kai is telling everyone here that the wedding is canceled and to pack things up to head home. That has to be a sick joke or something, right?
No, you know very well that he is not the kind of person to joke about something like that, especially when he was so happy to get married today. If he's going around telling everyone that right now, then it's truly happening.
But him and I really did plan on having our wedding today, Amber.
I know that. And everyone else expected you both to have a wedding today as well. But if all your family and friends, as well as the groom, leave the wedding, then there's no way you can carry on with it, right? Unless you're going to have a one-man wedding today.
Why the hell would you say something like that now? How would I ever be able to have a wedding by myself? Why is all this happening to me now? This is all your fault, you jerk!
Huh? This is all my fault now? Why would any of this be because of me, Sandy?
I told you to stay out of all of this and not to get in the way of anything regarding my wedding with Kai today. But since you went ahead and opened your mouth to your brother about what's going on, this all happened. I never actually thought you'd be stupid enough to tell Kai about what I'd said and done.
Huh? You still have no clue what's going on here then?
What do I have no clue about, Amber?
The only thing everyone thought could never happen is the way you acted towards me and my family. You literally took my brother's phone from him without asking and blocked my mom's number on there so that she couldn't try and talk to him anymore. Is that something normal people do to their in-laws?
Well, when you say it like that, you make it seem like I have done something wrong.
That's because you have done something wrong. Plenty of things, actually. I myself am having a very hard time understanding why, after all that's happened, you're still having a hard time understanding why you've been in the wrong. Tell me, why have you done all of this to my mom and want to kick her out of the wedding?
Well, that's because I just don't want her to be here today, and so I want her gone.
Well, that's not giving us a clear reason, though. I want to know why you don't want her here and want her to go home. If your reason for all that is because she's a single mother, then maybe you shouldn't be marrying my brother in the first place. What kind of balls do you have to think that using that as a reason would be a good idea?
Well, listen. If your mom is single and can't find another man to marry, then in the future, Kai and I will have to take care of her when she's old and useless. And since he's the oldest, you won't have to worry about your mom, and all the responsibilities surrounding her will fall on us, right? So I've been trying my hardest to have the two of us cut ties with her sooner rather than later. I just assumed that by forcing her to not come to this wedding, that'd be enough to end things between us.
So your reason for all of this is due to your overbearing selfishness? Well, if that's it, then I guess there's no helping you now. You can talk the rest of this through with my brother.
Wait a second, Amber. If you don't stick around and help me, then my wedding is going to fall apart and I'll lose Kai. You and we're supposed to become sisters, right? Let's you and I grow close to one another and fix all of this. After what's happened to me today, I'll even forget about what I thought regarding your mom and allow her to come watch her son and I get married. And then after that, we can all become one big family, right?
After all you've done to us, you expect something like that to work out for you? No matter how you try and spin things now, we are never going to be your family.
Please do not say things like that right now. You're the only person that can help me right now in getting your brother to come back to me. Right. How about you go ahead and tell him to come back to me, and then after that we can forget any of this ever happened.
How about this, Sandy? How about you just forget about there ever being a chance of you becoming my brother's wife? And then we can end all of this right now. I'm so glad you went crazy just before the wedding, so that we could all see your true colors before the knot was really tied. If you and him really did get married today, then my family's future would have been in real danger. I'm really relieved to see that I won't become your sister-in-law after all. You must really be in a corner right now thinking we can all forget about what you'd done, especially after what you did to my mom.
You really don't have to say things like that right now, Amber.
I believe it was you that really didn't have to say all of the things you said to my family before, but you did anyway. So what happens to you next has nothing to do with me, okay? You can go right along and talk with my brother about that and see where you'll end up.
I'm not even able to get a response from your mom now. I wonder if I can get any of them to come back here. I'm sure if they just listened to my reasoning behind all of this, they'd understand me.
The only reason for all this was you trying to save yourself from having to care for my family in the future. Well, look at that. You won't have to worry about us anymore because none of us plan to talk with you anymore.
But your mom is supposed to be a really kind person, right? She would never say goodbye to me forever over a simple mess up like this, right?
Well, my mom's saying that she could never see you becoming a part of her family after what happened today.
She said that? That considerate mom would say something like that about me?
Well, weren't you the one that had planned on throwing her away the moment you married my brother? Oh well, I guess. Seems like you're going to be the one getting thrown away now after everyone came around to understand your true intentions. My sincere condolences, Sandy. Really sucks that you were never able to have your special day today. But you are like the devil, so there was no reason for you to have a special day in the first place. Good luck with the next man you plan on roping in. Hopefully he has both a mom and a dad that he was raised by, so you don't have to go through a day like today ever again. In the end, the wedding that had been planned for that day was canceled almost immediately. And of course, the legal marriage that Sandy and Kai had with one another ended up going up in flames. And because of the embarrassment they were forced to endure regarding this event, both of Sandy's parents ended up leaving her to fend for herself and would later cut ties with her. Sandy was then left to pay all the cancellation fees for the wedding, as well as a settlement for what she'd done to Kai's mom. But because she didn't have the money for all of that, she tried to get Amber's help again. However, this time, Amber wasn't going to have any more of Sandy and blocked her within seconds, so that she'd never have to hear or see a word from her again. It really seems fair that after all Sandy had done to Kai's mother and sister, she'd end up with no wedding, no husband, and no parents. She did say she went through all that in order to not have to deal with a single mother-in-law in the future, but nobody's even sure if that was the true reasoning or if this was all done due to Sandy just being a crazy woman.
If I'm correct, today's your birthday, right? How old are you going to be turning today?
I'm going to be 42 years old, and why the heck are you asking about my birthday now? And before we even get to that, weren't you supposed to be coming home early today? I've been waiting all day for you to be here so we can celebrate.
How lame of you to be waiting for someone that doesn't care to be home with you. There's nothing about your birthday that makes me want to be there celebrating it with you.
Is that really something you should be saying to the woman you've been married to for 15 years?
Well, be aware that those 15 years we've had together end today.
What does that mean, Tony?
I'm saying that you and I are getting divorced. I'm still in my freaking 30s, aren't I? However, you're turning 42 years old today. You're already halfway through your life, and you're going to be out of this world long before I am. Do you really think I want to stay married with someone that won't even be around for my later years in life? Who will I have around the house to help me when I'm retired and am no longer in the mood to do things myself?
What are you talking about? In just another 3 months or so, you're going to be turning 40 years old. So tell me, what the heck has gotten into you today with all of this age talk? Never before have you gone on about our ages until today, and saying that you want a divorce now because I'm a little older than you isn't going to change you still becoming a 40-year-old man soon.
I've already chosen to get divorced from you today. So, whether you like it or not, there's nothing you could do to stop me. Now, grab all your things from the house and get out of there. I already handed in the divorce papers, so it's final.
Huh? Are you really being serious about all this divorce talk right now?
Why wouldn't I be serious about all of this after all the time I've wasted talking to you about it?
Well, if you and I get a divorce, then what are we going to do about our daughter? Lainey has only just entered high school and everything, so breaking apart now would put her through a lot of unnecessary stress.
Well, Lanny's been telling me that she doesn't want to live in a house together with a hag like you anymore. Now that she realized how old you really are. She plans to stay with me and live here after you're gone.
What? She's being serious as well? Did you already talk with her and everything about the divorce you're wanting?
I have, and we decided that the both of us want you to disappear from our lives for good. At this point, not only do I not need you around anymore, but neither does Lanny.
Saying all of those awful things about me, talking with my daughter about that before my birthday is terrible. I can't even believe that you'd talk with Lainey first about divorcing me before even asking me about all of this first.
When it comes to Lanny and talking with her about serious things, it's only natural that I talk with her first. She is an amazing young woman, and I'm very much aware now that she does not want to be living together with an idiot like you. Now, you're beginning to get on my nerves by sticking around right now, So hurry up and get lost.
I seriously never actually thought that you'd be talking with our daughter about things like that. Well, it's already happened now. Thanks for telling me all of this.
Another thing, you're going to still need to pay child support after the divorce.
You want me paying child support?
I'll be the one having to keep her in my house and looking after her, so it's only fair that you pay for her.
Then what about any sort of settlements?
What are you talking about now? I'm not going to be paying you a single penny, even if you ask. That should be an amazing present for a 42-year-old woman, right? You'll lose your young and strong husband, and be forced to live by yourself as you grow older and older, with nobody around to love you.
I never could have imagined that I'd be called an old hag by you on my birthday. And I never even thought it was possible for both my husband and my daughter to talk about divorcing me behind my back. But if you are both on the same page about wanting to leave me today, then there's no helping keeping you both around me. I guess I will be leaving this house.
You are no longer going to be part of this family, and don't you ever think you can come back to us in the future. All we are to you now is a couple of complete strangers.
If that's what the both of you want to think of me. But just make sure that you both never come around me again, as I'm going to be a stranger to you both from now on as well. And don't you ever forget what I just said to you. Why are you not answering your phone? I am trying to get a hold of you because we're in a bit of a pickle over here. If you're going to do nothing besides call me over and over with no prior context, then I'm not going to answer you. Can you tell me why the heck you're trying to talk with me after 4 years have gone by? Especially after what we all agreed on after I left. This is a very scary emergency and Dad needs your help. What? He got into a serious accident and will need to get surgery done on him right away. Did you seriously not stop to think that me calling you over and over like that might mean that there's an emergency over here? I don't really care what you think about all of this. It's an emergency, and you need to answer the phone right away. Oh, could this actually mean that an old hag like you has never answered a phone call in her life on her cell phone and has no idea how to? If you've only come here to say rude things to me again, I can go ahead and just block you for good. That's not what I'm wanting to talk to you about. I want to talk to you about having you pay the $30,000 medical bill that will come with Dad's surgery. What? Ah. So that's what's going on here then. This must be some kind of scam call asking me to pay money for one of my family members even though they don't actually need it right now. Huh? What are you going on about? That's not what this is. I am telling you the truth when I say that I need you to give us the money to pay the medical bills, but this isn't a scam at all. Really, all the medical care that Dad's receiving is going to cost us $30,000 and we need that money from you. And this isn't just for him, but for your daughter as well, so pay up. Excuse me? My daughter? Right now, Dad doesn't have anyone else he can count on to pay the bills. I really hate having to ask an old hag like you for help at this point in time, but you're the only person with the money to be able to hand it over to us immediately. So, can you just get to work sending that $30,000 I've asked for to me? Sending that money to you? Why do I have to be the one to give you both that kind of money? How many times are you going to make me tell you this? Have you already become senile? Open your gosh dang eyes, old hag! Dad's got into an accident and he's going to get surgery very soon here, and so that $30,000 is needed to pay for all of the medical expenses, so give it to us. He's your ex-husband, right? And not just that, but I'm your daughter, so give us that money for our sakes, okay? I don't have a daughter, though. Huh? How about you try opening your eyes up a little, young lady? I do not have any daughters, and right now the only person I see you as is a complete stranger. Now, I don't think you're going to gain any more from me today or ever again, so I'll be going now. Hold on, you! What the hell are you talking about? You aren't going to be going anywhere right now. Do you really think you can end things between us that easily? You and your father were the ones that told me in the divorce that you no longer wanted me coming around either one of you anymore. And that you'd be cutting ties with me, right? You had both made it clear as day to me that you no longer wanted to be family and that I needed to stay a stranger to the both of you. Looks to me, though, that you both asked for more than you could handle from me and are no longer able to uphold your guys' end of the promise. That being staying away from me. What the hell are you talking about? We had all ended things off by saying we'd all be strangers to one another 4 years ago, right? So that means that for the past 4 years and continuing on after this, you are not my daughter. And if you think that you saying you're my daughter now just because you need money from me is going to change that fact, it will not. I'm sorry, but I have no idea what kind of games you're trying to play right now. What are you saying right now? This is not the time to start joking around about what happened back then. Right now, we need to be talking about how that surgery is going to cost $30,000. And when it comes to me, I don't have that kind of money, and Dad doesn't have that kind of money in savings either. You were able to get a settlement paid out to you by Dad in the divorce back then, right? You give us that money back right now so that we can afford for Dad to get his surgery. I was given a settlement? I don't ever remember getting any sort of money in the divorce, though. Huh? It's been quite the opposite, actually. So far, I've paid your child support for the past 3 years without getting a penny from your dad or anything else in return. There's no freaking way, right? Child support? I don't even believe you for 1 second that you'd have the money nor the want to pay anything like that. Well, you don't have to believe me or not regarding something like that. I just assumed that I was still responsible for you still, even after you left me. And so that's my reasoning behind paying the child support. Even after you told me you never wanted to see me again and just wanted to be complete strangers. Just be glad that I was willing to pay your father that kind of money for you. But remember that I only have to pay your father until you turn 18 years old. Are you sure about that? Because I never heard anything from Dad about you giving him any sort of money to support me. Remember that you've been sticking around a dad that tossed his wife out of his house on her birthday while saying horrible things about her. I'm sure he'd never tell you anything about how I've been the one paying for you to be as privileged as you are. But at this point, I couldn't care less about him telling you about all of that or you believing me about it. Anyway, I don't think you or your father are in the place to be asking me for any more money at the moment, no matter how much of an emergency it is. What? So you're really not going to pay that $30,000 that we need right now? Even when I'm stressed the hell out right now because of all this? Even if you tell me that you're that stressed out right now, you have nothing to do with me and the life I currently live. It's not even like you're related to me anymore either, since you were the one that asked me long ago to forget that you were ever my daughter. I know I said some things like that, but right now the situation in the family has changed. They've changed? How have they changed? I told you that I don't think of you as my daughter anymore, and as for your father, I definitely don't see him as family anymore and gave no interest in whatever's going on in his life. You don't have to be that cold about how you really feel about us, okay? Well, don't you feel like you were cold to me back in the day when speaking to me? Huh? Whatever did I do? Well, for starters, when I was worried about you right after the divorce, I tried texting and calling you, but you'd only ever reply by asking me to shut up and stay quiet. And since months went by of you never saying anything else to me, I gave up on you. It was after how cold you and your father were to me back then that I finally realized that you both really did not care about me being around you guys anymore. And back then, I'm sure we were a bit cold to you about things. But that was 3 years ago, and I never imagined that Dad would get into such a bad accident and end up needing an emergency surgery that costs this much. If it wasn't for his situation now, I really would not be talking to you now because I really do not need you in my life besides for money. Well, don't worry about explaining your actions to me, as I feel the same about you now. And that's why now, all we are to one another is complete strangers. Hence why I've said that I do not have any daughters. So tell me again what you want with me. If you don't have any other reason for talking to me right now besides wanting me to give you money for your crappy father, then I think we can stop talking to each other now. Hold your horses! I do not like hearing you say things like that about the both of us. So are you seriously planning to not pay for Dad's medical bills? This surgery could be the one thing saving him from dying after the injuries he sustained. Is that so? Well, that must be heartbreaking for you then. But let me be very clear that he has nothing to do with me and my life anymore. So I really do question what the hell you're going on about right now with everything you've said today. When you have a problem like that within your small family, then you guys have to figure something out on your own without getting complete strangers involved. Please and thank you. Huh? You're talking about your gosh dang ex-husband! Why are you acting like you never knew him right now? And how come you can't understand how much your daughter needs you to help her right now? You should be able to understand that when a couple has a divorce, they usually regard one another as strangers thereafter, right? That is such a far-fetched argument to make right now. A far-fetched argument? I'm just telling you what actually happens in a divorce, Lainey. And let me ask you this. Is you coming to me after years of never talking to me all just to tell me that your father was in an accident and needs money right now, not some form of you trying to scam me for my money? Did you really think you were going to get me to follow along with that story? I told you that I'm telling the dang truth! Nothing about this is a scam! Well, even if it's the truth, that has nothing to do with me. I am not in the mood to hand you guys any money, and I'm not even the one responsible for you two anymore. I've already gotten remarried now and have a family of my own that I'm very happy to be a part of. Do you think you could give me the relief of staying away from my new family and I now? Huh? You got remarried? I found myself a new man that loves me way more than your father ever did, and we are married now. And he brought along his kids with him, which I've grown to view as my own now. I have some very cute kids and a handsome and kind husband that makes up my warm and beautiful family now. What the actual hell? Do you really think now's the right time to be telling your actual daughter about something like that? The right time? You and your father are the ones that left me, so I don't care if now is a good time for you or not to be saying that. I think I have every right to say and do as I please now, since I have no ties to you guys. To be frank, I forgot about you and your father a few years ago besides having to pay child support. You guys wanted me to forget about the two of you, so of course I would forget that you guys ever existed. I am your frickin' daughter, you old hag! Yet you have the balls to tell me that you forgot about me? Well, you only ever called me an old hag, and so that made you look like garbage to me that I didn't need to remain in my life. I don't have the time for people like you to be my daughter after things like that. You have to be kidding me, right? Are you really telling me the truth right now? Of course I am. I have my own life now and a family of my own who all love me very much as their wife and mother. I have no interest in you and your father anymore, and you are both complete strangers to me, so you will not be getting any of that $30,000 from me. That man is nothing to me now. All he is a monster that cheated on me with another woman and wouldn't even pay me any sort of a settlement for that. And not just that, but also divorced me on my birthday while getting my daughter to believe that I was the problem and having me kicked out of the house for good and leaving me with nothing. And even after being kicked out of the family and the house, I was still asked to pay child support for you, and when I tried to have even a simple conversation with you, you'd call me an old hag and ask that I shut up. He cheated on you? Dad cheated on you? But I never heard anything about that happening either. And I told you why that would be. That man would never say anything to you that would make you rethink what he did to me and scare you away to my side. He made good use of you by getting full custody and then taking my money. I was really worried about you years ago when this all started, and that's why I would try and get a hold of you to tell you these things. But after time and time again of you telling me to shut up, I gave up on you for good. I was tired of trying to be a good mother to someone that only thought of me as an old hag and an idiot. Mom, just wait a second. Listen to me now. If you leave me with Dad and don't help us in any way, then what's going to happen to us? I'm going to most likely end up being on my own without him. It's disgusting to hear you call me Mom after all that time had passed, so can you just call me Anne from now on? And you'll end up on your own? You are close to being 20 years old now, so I'm sure you can make it on your own without Dad. You already know that what I've said to you is final and that you won't be getting any help from me, right? So trying to carry on this needless conversation is going to get you nowhere. All you are to me is a stranger, and I thought that's who I was to you. But with something like this going on with Dad right now, can't you just help me out this once? You don't have anything going on in your life right now that you need that money for. What the hell happened to you being the nice woman that I knew you as long ago? I can see you're beginning to get frustrated now, but you have really not begun to understand that I do not want anything to do with your father and you anymore. The whole reason this all ended up happening is because you and your dad told me to get lost and stay away forever. What? Are you really going to listen to what we told you so many years ago like that? Well, weren't you both the ones enforcing what you asked from me for years after the divorce took place? You and your nasty father were the ones that laid out the playing field for us, and all I could do was follow your guys' rules. If you still feel as though you can get me to come and help you after all that, then maybe you need to go and talk to your father first about everything. He'll tell you the same thing and will most likely not even want my help. So, do you have anything else to say to me? Anything else to say to you? You're being a freaking witch right now! Well, if you have nothing else to say, then it's time for me to go. Wait, Mom! You're taking things way too far by saying you don't want to see me as your daughter anymore. I am asking you to please come and help me. I need your money. No. I will never talk with you ever again after this, no matter how much you think you can get away with asking me for money. You were an awful daughter, and need to understand that there's nothing you can do to change my mind about that. Now, goodbye forever. And if after today your life becomes a living hell, just know that you deserve every bit of it. Anne made it very clear to Lainey that day that she never wanted to talk to her again. In reality, Lainey was never there asking for money to help her father with his surgery in the first place, as her father was never in any accident and was not in need of any life-saving surgery. She had assumed that she could use her position as what she thought was Anne's daughter to beg for money during a fake time of need. Really, the only thing that Lainey needed that money for was to keep her from having to go out and work a real job to make income. But now that she wouldn't be getting anything, she will have to find a job just like everyone else. Luckily, Anne was never willing to fall for the lies that Lainey had tried getting her to fall for, and ended things between herself and her demented daughter once and for all. Now, Anne can really move forward from her sad past and look towards the future of being with her warm and caring family.
Man, Carla, I'm so sorry about what ended up happening to you. Who would have thought that you'd actually fall down all those stairs? You look so sad and messed up now. But I don't care. Better luck next time.
What are you talking about, Elise? Are you actually that screwed up in the head that you think this is all a joke? You were the one that pushed me down that long flight of stairs, right? Elise, do you not feel any sort of regret for what you did to me?
All I did was bump into you a little, yet you decided to make a huge deal of it by throwing yourself down those stairs on purpose. Stop trying to make this all look like it was my fault. Why is everyone trying to blame me for what you did to yourself, Carla? Maybe if you took better care of yourself, you'd have better balance and wouldn't have fallen all the way to the bottom of those stairs.
I am pregnant right now, which makes it a lot harder for me to stay balanced. I've known for a long time now just how much you hold grudges against me, but I didn't think you'd go as far as trying to hurt me when I'm carrying another life. I am no longer going to allow you anywhere near me, and I'm cutting all ties with you. My husband is saying he's doing the same thing as well.
Why is everyone making such a big deal over this? I didn't do anything wrong. You were all being a bunch of jerks by asking me to leave this house for good.
Well, you've done enough to me already, and today was the last straw, so kicking you out of the house is our last resort. You are not going to be forgiven by any of us after pushing me down the stairs after coming home to Mom and Dad's house for a bit before I give birth. All you are to me now is a stranger, and you will no longer get to think of me as your older sister. And don't even think about trying to come back here, because this is no longer your parents' home.
You guys are all the worst family imaginable after saying that to me. I didn't even do anything wrong, yet you want me to stay away from you all and never come back again? Well, I'll do the same then. Don't any of you guys dare try talking to me again.
Don't worry, because none of us will be. I'm only at Mom and Dad's house for a little while longer, but you are not welcomed back here. We are going to have the locks on the house changed, all to make sure that we don't have to worry about seeing you again. None of us want you around anymore, so goodbye forever.
Yoo-hoo! It's been such a long time, Carla! Are you doing all right?
Huh? Who is this that I'm talking with right now?
What are you saying, Carla? You only have one little sister, right? And that's who's talking to you right now.
I'm sorry, but I don't have any little sisters.
What? It's been over 5 years now, and you're still going to be upset with me about all of that? That's all way in the past now, so you can just go ahead and forget about it, okay? There's no point in bringing something like that back up again when it's water under the bridge now, right? All you're going to do is start some more drama again and make things worse for yourself.
What do you mean that's all water under the bridge now? I have no idea what the hell you're going on about. You don't even have the right to decide whether or not something like what happened back then is over with yet. And let me just tell you this. Someone that pushes me down the stairs while I'm pregnant, resulting in me having a miscarriage, is not going to be my little sister any longer.
Sorry about what happened back then. There, now we can get back to being good sisters again.
What?
I'm sure that Mom and Dad are still living in their old house, right? Well, I'm going to be moving back into that house with my little boy, and he'll be able to see his grandparents. Make sure to give us your room, okay?
What are you going on about? Seriously? So far, I have not been able to follow a single word you're saying because it's all such bullcrap. You think you can come back here out of the blue? And you think bringing your kid with you will be okay?
What's wrong with me wanting to move back in with my parents? Recently, there's been a lot of people going back to live with their parents after having a few babies, right? And after having a divorce like me, it's the perfect option moving back in with the folks.
I don't really care about what others do and about your divorce. But you are not able to come back because there is no home for you here anymore.
Yeah. You were just going to keep using that as an excuse to keep me away from my parents and their home. But I have a kid that I'm bringing home with me. I will be bringing them their first grandchild, so there's no way Mama's going to tell me to get out of the house when she sees his cute little face. And actually, you don't have a kid yet, so you can leave that room and that house and make room for a proper woman. So how does that sound to you, Clara? The house is already very small, and having me and my boy in there will make it too cramped for all of us to live in, right?
Even after what happened 5 years ago, you still don't feel any kind of regret? And now you think you can just force your way back into our lives, you frickin' witch? You do understand that none of us are okay with you being around us, right?
What the hell are you talking about, Carla? You can't say crap to me when you're the one that's been living off Mom and Dad's money this whole time. How much longer do you plan on being a disgusting parasite?
I don't have all day to talk with someone who thinks that I'm the parasite as she tries to force her way back into our house. But know that I'm not here living off their money. I'm not even living in the same house as them right now, rather in a house within their neighborhood.
I know that you love the relaxing life of not having to do anything besides take their money, but I'm not going to allow it. I'm coming back to that house to live with my boy. So you, childless freak, had better get the hell out of there.
I'm living in a tower apartment right now, Elise.
Freaking liar.
What would I have to gain from lying to you about that right now? I am living in a tall apartment building at the moment, and so are Mom and Dad. Actually, they live in the same apartment building as me.
Huh? What the hell?
And another thing, I'm not childless like you think. I'm sure you wanted to use your boy as a way of feeling as though you've one-upped me and can say whatever crap you'd like, but I have a kid now as well. And right now, we are all living in this apartment as a happy family. So why are you here talking to me still?
Oh my God. You've gone so crazy that you're living in a world full of lies. Do you really think that I'm going to fall for all that crap? I get that you're still upset at me for something I never even did to you, and you're willing to lie all day long to try and make me feel inferior. That's not going to work for me.
I don't care about what you have to say about me, but I'm telling you right now that I'm not lying to you. But if you still think that I am in fact lying to you, then go right ahead and return back to Mom and Dad's house.
I'm already on my way over there. I'm going to be pulling into their driveway in a bit here, so don't even try to hide from me and act as though you're not home.
We aren't going to be acting like we're not home. We no longer live in that house anymore, and you need to realize that that's a fact.
Hey, what the hell is going on here?
What is it this time, Elise?
Where the hell did Mom and Dad's house go? All I see here is a driveway and then some empty land where Mom and Dad's house used to be.
So you really did go there. I made sure to tell you the truth and everything, yet you still went? You really did think I was lying to you that whole time then. Well, the house was torn down a while ago, and all that's left is an open bit of land waiting for the next buyer.
Huh? This land is for sale now. So then there really is no house anymore around here.
You shouldn't have to be asking me these kinds of questions, Elise. You can see that there is no house there anymore and that all that's left is some dirt and grass in the driveway. Does this mean that you're having such a hard time understanding reality that you can't even tell what's real and what's not anymore?
I understand that the house is gone, but do things like this really happen? When the hell did you all move out of this house without telling me about it? I don't even know where you guys are living now either. I'm trying to ask Mom right now where she went, but she just keeps leaving me unread.
And she has the right to. Both Mom and Dad are still very upset with you after what you did to me a year ago.
Huh? They're still both upset over that as well?
What you did to my baby then is the same as killing someone, Elise. And you haven't even tried to apologize for what you did, so how do you think they'd want to forgive you? Nobody in this family has forgiven you, and that's why we never told you about us leaving that house and about where we all moved away to. To be honest, I don't even like telling you about how we moved. We cut all ties with you 5 years ago, and that means that we don't want anything to do with you anymore.
What the hell? I am not laughing about this anymore, Carla. Why are Mom and Dad still staying on your side after I didn't do anything wrong? There's no way they still think that I was the one to blame for your falling, right? And even if I am to blame, I'm still their daughter.
It's because you're their daughter that they were so shocked by what you did and became upset enough to never forgive you.
What?
That baby that you killed was going to be Mom and Dad's first grandbaby, and they were really looking forward to that. But after you went ahead and pushed me down the stairs out of your hate for me, you ruined everything.
Hate for you? I never meant to make you guys think that I hated you, Carla. But you all moving out of the house without ever telling me about it first is messed up. You could have at least told me that you were all leaving. I have the right to know about what you're all doing as my family, right?
No, you actually don't have any rights when it comes to us, Elise. You are no longer a part of this family, and I thought we made that all clear by telling you to stay away from us forever.
But all of that is in the past now. Right now, none of that has anything to do with the present.
I've had enough of your self-centered attitude towards us, Elise. Stop that crap right now. For whatever reason, you kept saying to everyone that you'd have a baby before me. And out of jealousy towards me getting ready to have my baby, you pushed me down the stairs so that you could stop my chances of giving birth and prolong the time in which you could have a baby of your own first. I am never going to forget about what you did to my baby and I, Elise. Do you actually think in that tiny brainless skull of yours that I'll forgive you for that?
I seriously didn't think that something like that would get everyone so upset with me, though. And to be honest, I didn't push you that hard in the first place. I've told you all that 100 times by now, right?
You cannot change the fact that you pushed me down those stairs on purpose, so stop freaking trying. There is nothing else you can do about us, Elise. We have all moved away into a tower apartment building.
A tower apartment building? What? So you really all did move into a tower apartment building together? Do you really think something like that could be possible?
Whether you think it's true or not, it's a fact. So I have nothing else to say to you about it now.
What do you mean you have nothing else to say? Let me live there with you guys right now. I have a boy of my own as well, right? Do you find pleasure in making a homeless mother live on the streets with her son in poverty?
Who gives a flying frick about you and that brat? You never cared about me when I was pregnant, instead pushing me down those stairs and literally killing my baby. How about you let your son have your phone so I can tell him what you did to my baby? What do you think he'll say?
Wait, Carla, don't tell my son about things like that.
I don't plan to tell him any of that, so calm down. And it's not like I have a way to tell him because you are never going to be seeing my family and I in your whole life.
Huh? What do you mean I'll never get to see your family? I want to bring my son back home to his grandparents so he can see everyone in his family.
And like I've been saying, you have no family or home to bring him back to, so just shut the hell up about it already. We are all living in this tower apartment building on 2 separate floors. Mom and Dad are on 1 floor, and my family and I are on the floor above. We were able to do all of this with the help of a friend and can now live close to one another while also still having our own places. But you aren't going to be a part of this family because nobody here wants you to be. And I will not let you around my child either, as I'm scared you might do the same thing to him as you did to my last baby.
Why are you being such a witch? I am a part of that family, so you all stop being babies and let me come home. How old is your kid? I wonder if they're around the same age as my son. I think the both of them could get along really well and become super close cousins. So please let us come live with you guys and bring more happiness to the family.
After what you did to my last baby, I'm not going to let you anywhere near my kid now. Who the hell do you think you are, Elise? Nobody here wants you in this family, and I literally mean nobody. And as for my husband, he doesn't even like the mention of your name because it brings him terrible memories. I'm sorry, Elise, but you are nothing to us, and we all want to keep it that way.
I'm nothing to you guys? What the hell is wrong with you all? My son is a part of your family, right? And right now, neither of us have a place to call home anymore. Do you not feel bad for my son, at least?
Mom just got a call from your husband a little bit ago, Elise.
Huh?
He told her that after talking with you about wanting a divorce, you didn't finish the talks with him and ran away from your home with your guys' son. And he says the reason he wants the divorce is because you've been having an affair. Your son is only 2 years old, yet you leave him with your husband 24/7 so that you can go out and have fun with that other man. Are you going to tell me that your husband is lying about all of that?
What he said to Mom is in fact true. Why the hell would that bastard get my mom involved in all of this? He's literally the worst husband anyone could ever ask for. Now he's made you all aware of what's been going on.
Don't tell me that you ran away from him with your son because you're afraid that he'll take your boy away from you and force you to pay child support. Well, if that's your reason for running out of your house with your son, then hurry up and give him back to your husband and stop complaining about how bad we should feel for your son. And do that before the police are made aware of this.
The police? There's no need for the police to get in all of this. Carla, please don't be that upset with me. I just want to come and live with all you guys again with my son as well. I know that for a while now I haven't been doing a great job as his mother, leaving him at home all day with his father, but I'm sure Mom will be thrilled to see him, right? And I bet that Dad will also forgive me and let us be one big happy family again, right? Can you help me get them to forgive me? And also being able to live in that tower apartment, well, it would be freaking awesome.
Elise, I think I have a great understanding of what's going on here now. After these past 5 years, you have only become more toxic of a person, and not just to me, but to everyone you ever bother hanging around.
Huh? What the hell does that mean?
You wanted to use your son as a way of getting back into this family and then wanted to have Mom and Dad care for him for you, right? And I'm sure you thought it'd be pretty nice that way because Mom and Dad would be the ones paying to support your son and not you, right? This isn't a freaking game, Elise. What the hell is your idea of children?
Hold up, why are you getting even more mad now? I told you that I want to be together with my son and you guys, right?
You want to be together? Good freaking luck, Elise. I don't think that's going to happen, though, because you had your chance to live together with your son and family, but chose to cheat on your husband and leave your son home alone for most of the day until your husband came home to care for him. I haven't seen what life was like in your husband's house, but I can imagine it very well. You have no right to any child when you treat them like that.
Carla, I'm sorry. Don't be so upset with me. I don't have anywhere left to go right now. If you don't help me, I don't know where I'll be able to go. Help me, please? I'll make sure to change after.
Go screw yourself.
Huh? Why? I'm being serious about asking for your help, yet you're still going to say no?
You are a complete stranger. Why would I let a homeless stranger and her beast move into my lovely home with my family, I don't care about what happens to you, but I do feel bad for your son, so hurry up and give him back to his dad. And I'm going to tell your husband right now that you're near Mom and Dad's old house so he can come get you.
Huh? Why are you telling him needless things like that? You do not have to do that!
Stop typing in all caps, you child. And if you didn't want me doing something unnecessary, then maybe you should have stayed home and away from my family. You're the one without a child, so maybe you should leave that boy with his dad and get lost. It's been 5 years now, but what you did to me is still fresh in everyone's head. At this point, you have grown so toxic that I can't even begin to try understanding why you act like that.
Wait, Carla, I'm sorry. I promise that I've learned my lesson.
Well, if you learned your lesson, then you can get the hell away from my family and I and stay away. Go rot in hell, you witch. And once you're done rotting away, maybe then I'll be willing to forgive you. After that, Carla did her best to ignore anything else of what Elise had to say to her. She even went ahead and blocked her number, as well as had the rest of the family do the same in order to avoid any further stress. Elise's husband then came and found her and his son and brought them both home with him safely. He then was able to get full custody of his son and kicked Elise out of the house, asking for her to pay child support every month. Of course, she won't be able to do that and will spend the rest of her life on the streets with nowhere to call home besides a park bench. There was no avoiding this outcome after the way she treated everyone, and so we can all agree that her life on the streets is well warranted. Even her parents don't think of her as family anymore, so she really has ended up as the worst kind of homeless, with no one and nowhere willing to cater to her toxic attitude anymore. Hey Vicky, are you there? Do you have a moment to chat at all really quick? I just wanted to let you know something if you had a moment to text. Okay, I guess not. So I guess I'll just leave you a message here letting you know that I'm going to be moving back in with my parents. So, anyways, I'm really looking forward to seeing you soon, Rumi. Hope you're as excited as I am.
Wait, what? What are you talking about right now? What is this?
I mean that, well, let's just say that things aren't exactly going super well with my husband, and so, well, anyways, I just don't really want to be dealing with him right now is all. But anyways, I'm just glad that I'll be coming home to people who understand and are on my side. People like you. Isn't that right?
I'm sorry, Danny. You're going to have to slow down and go over this with me one more time. I mean, is this some kind of joke or something? Or is it just your way of messing with me like you always do? Because I don't know why you think you can just come back here all of a sudden. Don't you remember you saying that you were never ever going to come back here?
I have no idea what you're talking about at all, Vicky. I mean, it's not like you really even have a right to be complaining about me coming home or anything like that. After all, you're living with my parents at their house, remember?
I know exactly whose house I'm living in right now. Thank you very much for telling me. But that isn't even what I'm talking about right now. I mean that you were telling me that you're coming to live here with way too little heads up. But it doesn't matter because I also have some big news that I need to tell you. So just make some time to talk to me later today, okay?
Oh, yeah. I would love to talk to you and catch up and all that, but I'm actually just going to be way too busy doing other things.
You mean like going to the casino and coming back home pissed drunk and God knows what time? Because if I recall correctly, that was one of the reasons why you ended up moving out. You said that you were sick of us telling you what to do.
I'm so looking forward to finally moving in with you and Mom and Dad tomorrow. Isn't this exciting, Vicky? Can you believe that we're all going to get to live together just like one big happy family from here on out? It's just so great.
What are you talking about this time? Are you still going on about moving in?
I bet you thought that I had forgotten all about that when you hadn't heard from me for a while, right? Well, don't worry, I haven't forgotten one bit. I'm so sorry for not reaching out sooner. Wait, no, I'm not. I don't really care at all how you are or what you've been up to. But you're probably curious about how I've been, so I'll tell you that I've been doing really well. Thank you. I've just been so excited to move in with you and my parents.
Danny, I still have no idea what on earth you were talking about at all. What are you going on about?
Are you playing dumb, or are you actually just that stupid? It's actually the latter, probably, isn't it? Well, don't worry. When I'm there, you're going to smarten up when I make you into my maid. Then you'll have to do whatever I want, and you won't have any choice but to obey me.
Danny, you really have no idea what you were talking about at all. Besides, I thought I already told you that you moving in with your parents and I was not going to work. Don't you realize that none of us want or can handle living with you right now? Why can't you just respect our boundaries about that? I mean, you keep talking about moving in with your parents but you seem to be forgetting about your own brother. Have you even talked to Owen about any of this at all yet?
The only thing I need to talk to Owen about is how he could be doing much better than being married to you. But I guess it's a little late to say all that now. It doesn't matter. I'm sure I'll have him wrapped around my finger when I'm home. And then you really will have no choice but to do whatever I say. Isn't that right?
Danny, you have been talking out of your butt this entire time. Do you realize that? I mean, do you not think that we can't all see what's going on here? You got divorced and now you're trying to move back in with your parents. It's very obvious to everyone.
You don't know what you're talking about at all, Vicky, and nobody likes a know-it-all like you anyways. But who cares why I'm coming back home? If I miss my parents and want to be with them, then I can come back and live with them if I want.
I'm not saying that you aren't allowed to come back and live with that. I'm just not really sure that living with your parents is what you really want.
And just what is that supposed to mean, huh? What do you know about what I do and don't want? Do you have any idea just how stressed out I've been over life? You have no idea what I've been going through at all.
Well, I'm very sorry that life isn't feeling very easy for you right now, but that doesn't change the facts on the ground.
The only fact is that I'm getting divorced, and you have no idea the kind of stress that's been putting me through. And the only thing that is going to relieve that stress is moving back in with my family and having you as my servant.
Excuse me? You must know that that's not how this is going to work, right? I mean, you can't actually think I'm going to go along with that, right?
I don't care what you think, because it's not a servant's job to think. Your job is just to do as I say. Get it? And I don't remember even giving you permission to speak, so why don't you shut up until I say otherwise? Because if you don't listen to me, I am going to make sure that you end up on the streets with no one to take care of you. Is that what you want?
I take it from that reaction that you have not said a thing about this to Owen at all.
I don't need to explain myself to every single person that asks. All I'm trying to do is be less stressed in life. Is that really so bad?
Nobody is saying that it's wrong to not want to be stressed. I'm just saying that this is not going to go how you think it is. And I am going to ask you to knock this off a second time. Do you understand me?
And just where did this turn-off attitude come from, huh? You really think you can take me on? Because if it's a fight you want, then I am more than happy to give you one. Let me tell you that. Maybe then at least you'll stop talking back to me and learn how to take orders like a good servant.
Danny, the only person here who has no idea what they are getting themselves into here is you. I can assure you of that. But I am trying to warn you now that none of this is going to go the way you want it to. It's all going to blow up in your face. I'm sure that right now your life is really hard with a lot going on, but you are better off where you are than coming back here.
You really will say anything that comes to your mind to try and keep me from coming back, won't you? Don't you have any shame at all? Don't you realize that you shouldn't mess with me? Don't you know that I could get Owen and you to divorce in a second if I wanted to?
You have to be kidding me with that, right? You don't actually think that you can do that, do you?
Oh, why don't you just wait and see when I get back there, huh? You'll see how obedient of a little brother I really have. And then you'll know to listen to me when I tell you to do something.
Well, then I'm sorry to burst your bubble, but Owen and I actually got a divorce last month.
Wait, what? What do you mean by that?
Oh, I guess you hadn't heard the news yet, huh? You really don't talk with your brother about anything at all, do you? Yeah, him and I aren't together anymore, and I don't live with him or your parents any longer. So, I'm not living with your parents, and when you kept saying you were going to come and live with me, that just wasn't true.
So then, you two really got a divorce, and you're just telling me this now? Are you kidding me? What's the matter with you?
That's right. I did leave your brother, and it's because I couldn't stand living with him anymore. He was nothing but a leech, and so were your good-for-nothing parents. So if you want to come home and live with them, then fine, but that's not my problem anymore.
But I don't get... What do you mean they were leeches? What were they doing to make you say that? I don't get what you're trying to tell me. Can't you just talk to me straight, please?
The only thing that I have to say to you is that you were going to come here and try and use me to get your stress out. But I was already more than stressed having to live with your brother and your horrible parents. So I know for a fact that you moving in would have pushed everything over the edge. And it's not like I didn't really try with Owen and your parents. But I finally hit the limits of patience and could make myself go no further.
But, why hasn't anyone told me about this? You'd think it would be pretty handy to know that my own brother got divorced.
I didn't bother telling you because I didn't want anything to do with your brother, you, your parents, or any of your family ever again. And you should also know that I am never going back to live with them again.
But wait, I don't get it. The whole reason why I'm coming back is because I owe my husband money, and I thought I could save some by living with my parents.
Well, if that is what your plan was, then I'm afraid that you never had any hope for that to work in the first place.
What is that supposed to mean? Why wouldn't that have worked? You're saying that I won't be able to save money when I move in with my family?
I'm just telling you now that living with your parents is going to be far more expensive than living on your own ever was.
But how can that be? How could it be more expensive to live at home with my parents? That doesn't make any sense at all. What would some housewife like you know about anything?
Well, first of all, I've had a full-time job since last year, thank you very much. And second of all, up until the divorce, I was the one paying for everything for your family.
What do you mean by that? You can't really be serious about that, right? What is going on here?
Do you even talk to your family at all? How have you not heard any of this? What is the matter with you? But if you must know, your whole family is just awful at saving money, and the only thing they are good at is spending it on useless things. The whole reason I found a job is because your lazy brother quit his job and ordered me to work in his place.
But they can't be doing that. Don't they realize how stupid of a decision it is to have you be their only source of income? Please tell me that you're joking right now. I thought that Owen was working for a nice company and made a good salary, but now you're telling me that they've all just come to rely on you?
That's right. So I'm afraid that if you moved back in with them now, you would just end up taking my place for them instead. Maybe at least then you'll believe me when I tell you about all the horrible things that your family had been putting me through before I left.
You have to be lying to me. There is no way that my whole family would act that way towards you. But more importantly, do you really think that's how they would act towards me? I mean, if they were really all being so horrible to you, I guess I really do understand why you ended up divorcing Owen. Sounds to me like they never even made you feel like part of the family.
And you were going to add on to the stress by trying to use me like some kind of servant. So it's not like you're exactly blameless in all of this as well. But anyways, good luck dealing with all that.
Wait, hold on a second. This can't be right. Why am I even listening to you? I mean, you're divorced from my brother, and now you're just telling me lies about my family to try and turn me against them? I can see what you're doing here, you know. I'm not going to be fooled. But I don't even want to see you coming around my family again. It's obvious that you don't have their best interests at heart, and you were the one using them.
Well, that's fine, because like I said, I don't anything to do with them ever again. And if you really think that I would ever come back to them anyways, let me double down on that and tell you never to come to me for help. Because I won't be there for you at all.
Oh, please, you think that anyone would ever need you? You're a good-for-nothing, useless housewife, and that's why my brother left you. So just stay away from my family.
I already told you that I don't want anything to do with your family. How many times are we going to repeat the same conversation?
We're going to keep repeating it until, hypothetically, if this was a script being written by an author with a word count, that word count would be satisfied. Hey, Vicky, are you there? I was just wondering if you and I could talk over the phone for a little bit, maybe? There are just a couple of things that I want to talk to you about.
Well, whatever they are, you can leave me out of it.
Oh, come on. Don't be like that, Vicky. Please, I'm your ex-sister-in-law. You have to be there for me.
I really don't have to do anything for you at all if I don't feel like it, Danny. In fact, you told me to stay away from your family, and I told you that I wanted nothing to do with you. So I don't even know why I'm even responding.
Please, just answer the phone. It's really, really important. I need your help right now.
I thought I told you that I would never ever help you if you came and asked me. So what do you think this is going to accomplish for you?
It's just that, well, everything you said was really true. About my family, I mean. I really can't believe it. Not only are my parents jobless, but they and my brother all have huge loans that they need to pay off, and they're all expecting me to help them out. At this rate, my savings are only going to last another week here.
Yeah, well, they're your family, so it sounds like more of a you problem, don't you think? Anyways, I've got better things to do right now, so I'm going to go.
Wait, hold on. You can't just leave. What are you talking about? I tell you that you were right, and that's all you have to say to me? Don't you think you're being just a little too cruel right now?
Not really. I think that I don't owe you anything, and I'm reacting exactly how I told you I would. In fact, you're lucky that I'm even still talking to you. Don't you realize who you are to me?
What do you mean by that? What am I to you?
You're my ex-husband's sister. That basically makes you no one to me. So why are you even messaging me? I thought I told you that I didn't want anything to do with your family anymore.
But this is really, really important. Please. We are basically out of money, and I don't know what we're supposed to do. I really, really need your help right now, Vicky.
Look, Danny, we talked about this. We had a long, circular conversation about this, don't you remember? Because if you forget, then let me remind you that I said that I divorced your brother, I moved away from your family, and I would never ever come back to live with them again.
But please, I thought that you would come back and help me if I really needed it. I mean, we're family, right? Isn't that what family is supposed to do when we're in trouble?
And I literally told you that if you came to me to ask for help that I wouldn't do anything. I told you that, don't you remember? So why do you think things would be different now?
Well, because I thought that you would want to help me. I didn't think that you would leave me like this. But that's it. What if you come and live with us instead? How does that sound?
First of all, you and I aren't family, so let's get that straight right now. Second of all, I already said that I'm never ever going back to live with your family, remember? And if you must know, I am loving living by myself. It is gratifying and liberating and so much better than when I was living with Owen and your family. In fact, I hope you all tear each other apart for all that I care. Because like I said, I don't want anything to do with you or your family ever again.
But then, what am I supposed to do? How am I supposed to get out of this mess? I mean, how are any of us supposed to get out of this mess?
Let me change the subject really quick. You got divorced with your husband because you cheated on him, right?
How did you figure that one out?
Well, because I've heard you bragging about it before. So it's not surprising that he found out about it. But anyways, I imagine that when you two did get a divorce that he probably sued you for quite a pretty penny. Here you thought you were going to be able to live with your family and save money to pay them all back. But instead you just joined the rest of your debt-ridden family.
Please, Vicky, things weren't supposed to go this way. I didn't think this was how things were going to end up. I need your help. You've got to do something. Please, move back in with us and help us all out. We need you, Vicky.
In the end, I heard that Danny ended up reaching out to every single other person she could think of for help with her problem. And from what I heard, she had burned just about every bridge she had made with anyone who might have been willing to help her under better circumstances. In the end, I think about half of the people that Danny knew ended up blocking her number. She was expecting to move back in with her parents and not have to worry about a thing. She even thought that I was going to be like a personal servant to her. Danny thought she was going to be able to boss me around while she paid for nothing and only had to worry about herself. But things went far, far off from where Danny thought they would. Instead of being taken care of by her family, Danny found that she was forced to be the main breadwinner for her family. It was obvious to everyone, however, that living like that wasn't sustainable. I heard that Danny and her family ended up selling their family home and moving to a much smaller apartment in the city together. I've heard that each of them have started to work as well. I can't imagine they are saving much money with all of their individual debts. But if you ask me, I think this is just what they all deserve. One can hope that if they do manage to get out of this, that they will have at least learned their lesson. As for me, however, I really was enjoying getting to live alone. After spending my entire time married to Owen, taking care of him and both of his parents, to have just some space for myself was just what I needed. Of course, after a while of being divorced, my heart began to wander and I thought about finding someone new. It was actually just around then that I happened to run into my future husband at the grocery store. We were both grabbing the ingredients for the same recipe that we saw on TV, and that was how he ended up asking me on a date with him. After that, things fell into place rather quickly for us. We're already engaged to be married, and I couldn't be happier. It really does just go to show you what a difference having a healthy and supportive network around can make. But it also highlights the importance of being able to take time to be alone and reflect on things.
Tomorrow I'll be coming over. I'm really looking forward to it.
Oh, no. I mean, you're actually in the way, though.
Wait, what? What do you mean by that?
Exactly what it sounds like, of course. You're really in the way. Why are you coming over in the first place? I mean, this house was just newly built, and you're going to bring a whole vibe of poverty with you. You're not planning to move in with us, are you?
Alyssa, I'm not quite sure I understand what you're trying to say. Tomorrow is the housewarming party, right? I thought you invited all the relatives to gather and celebrate together. That's why you asked me to come, isn't it?
My parents are, of course, welcome to come, but I don't recall inviting you. Why would you come as if it's a given that you're supposed to be there?
Kyle invited me. Are you telling me you didn't want me there? After all the support I've given? That seems hard to believe.
What? I don't recall you giving us any support whatsoever. Besides, it's only natural for parents to support their children. My parents would never be so self-righteous as to hold that over my head.
Well, sure. That may be true, but I'm still your husband's mother. I'm Kyle's mother too, and by extension, I'm your mother-in-law. Don't you think it's a bit much to treat me like I don't matter? I've helped out with a lot with the house too, so...
Wait a minute. You're not seriously thinking about moving in with us, are you? Because if you are, let me be clear. There is absolutely no chance of that happening. Do not even think about it.
I never said anything about wanting to move in with you.
Oh, really? Are you sure you're not secretly eyeing our new house and planning something? But I heard that you're actually planning to live with Kyle's younger brother, Chris. That's what I've been told, so don't you go changing plans without consulting anyone, okay? I'm telling you now, living together is off the table. Absolutely not happening. I'm sure you already understand that though, don't you?
I understand. But there's no need to be so harsh about it, is there? And again, I never said anything about wanting to live with you. Have you ever been listening to what I've been saying?
Whatever. I just can't deal with people who don't have any money.
Wait, what? What are you talking about?
Sorry to say this, but I absolutely refuse to take care of you in your old age. It's just not going to happen. I know it must be tough for you with your husband gone, but that's not my problem. Just don't get involved in our lives, okay? For me, it would be a huge inconvenience if you did. I absolutely refuse to be dragged down by someone without money. There's no way I'm going to let a poor person like you ruin my life.
Hold on, Alyssa. What exactly do you think you're saying right now? Calling me poor? That's incredibly rude and insulting, don't you think? What exactly do you take me for?
A poor beggar, I guess.
Alyssa, enough. I'm coming tomorrow to celebrate you. You're being unbelievably rude. I don't know what kind of misunderstanding you're under, but I expect you to show at least some basic courtesy.
Well, you wouldn't have to worry about that if you just didn't come, would you? You seem so eager to come to our house, and I'm just suspicious. You're not planning on showing up because you need money again, are you? Anyway, for your own good, I suggest you don't come tomorrow.
What? Need money? What are you talking about? I don't understand what you're getting at, but I'll see you tomorrow. Kyle, there's something that's been bothering me a little.
Huh? What is it? The house was built without any problems. It's perfect. Brand new.
Well, that's actually what I wanted to talk about. Has Alyssa misunderstood something about me? She said something that made it seem like I'm asking for money, but that's just absurd. I would never do something like that. So how could she even get such a strange idea?
Wait, what? Alyssa said something like that? I don't really know why she would say that, but, women can be like that sometimes, right?
Like that? What do you mean by like that?
They tend to misunderstand things and say weird stuff. But hey, I wouldn't know anything about it, and Alyssa probably didn't mean it seriously anyway. It's better if you just don't worry about it.
It's not just a matter of me worrying about it. I'm asking because I want to understand how this misunderstanding even came up in the first place. That's why I'm asking you. And, did you not tell her about the details regarding the house? Like the budget? If she knew that, there's no way this kind of misunderstanding would have happened, don't you think?
She probably knows everything she needs to know. I mean, maybe I might have forgotten to mention a few small details, but that's not really something we need to dig into too deeply, right? Seriously, don't stress about it.
Kyle, I don't really understand what you're saying here. What do you mean by not digging too deeply? Are you telling me you didn't explain everything to her? Because if you didn't, then that's probably why this misunderstanding is happening. I really want to clear things up before this gets worse. Can we sit down and have a proper conversation about this tomorrow? I don't like the idea of this confusion being left unresolved.
Wait, hold on a sec. Were you planning to come over tomorrow?
What are you talking about? You're the one who invited me in the first place.
Well, yeah, but you're not that close with Alyssa, so I didn't actually think you'd come. Are you coming with Chris?
Yes, Chris and his wife are planning to come too, and I'm coming with them. But the way you're talking, it sounds like you don't really want me to come. What's that about? What are you trying to say?
No. That's not what I meant at all. You're just overthinking this, really. So, see you tomorrow then, and don't worry too much about Alyssa. It's best if you just avoid talking about it altogether, huh?
I don't understand it all, Kyle. I'm asking because I want to know more details, but you're not listening to a single word I'm saying.
Wow, you actually came. I should have put up a sign saying old hag's not welcome. Seriously though, why don't you just head back home already?
Alyssa, I can't believe you can say something like that.
Well, I didn't say it directly earlier because of Kyle, obviously. But look, there's nothing for you here, so why don't you just go home already? I don't remember inviting you to our new house. We don't do charity work here, and we definitely don't entertain money-hungry old hags. So why don't you take the hint and get out?
You might regret saying things like that. You really have no idea what you're doing, do you?
Regret? Well, what's gonna happen, huh? Seriously, you're talking like you're someone important. Well, newsflash, you're not. You're just a washed-up, broke old woman. There's nothing I want from you. Just leave already, okay? And do it quietly so you don't ruin the mood for everyone.
I understand exactly what you're trying to say now. But trust me, you're going to regret this. Are you sure this is what you want? Does Kyle know you're saying these things?
Of course he knows. Kyle said I can do whatever I want. He told me he doesn't care if I cut ties with you. You're his mom, but clearly he doesn't care about you at all. It's honestly hilarious how little respect he has for you.
That might be true. I see. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing anymore. It seems like there's a lot Kyle hasn't told you yet. But that's no longer my concern, is it? If cutting ties with me is really what you want, then so be it. I'll leave now. Goodbye, Alyssa.
Oh, please, just go ahead and leave already. We both know you're just saying that because you're bitter. Honestly, neither Kyle nor I care about anything you have to say.
Goodbye then. Enjoy the rest of your day. Just remember, today might be the last fun day you have for a while.
Answer the phone! What the hell is going on? There are workers here saying they're going to demolish the house. They've even brought in heavy equipment. I asked Kyle, but all he's doing is freaking out. He just keeps saying, ask her. What's happening?
I've decided to demolish the house. Is there a problem with that? It was my land and my house after all.
What? What are you even talking about? That makes no sense.
That house was built on my land, and the house is in my name as well. I had it built according to your and Kyle's wishes, but now I've decided to pass it on to my younger son Chris and his wife. So I'm having it demolished and rebuilding it for them. You've had enough time to enjoy the new house, haven't you? It's time for you to move out so the construction can proceed. It's not your house anymore.
Wait. What are you even talking about? This is Kyle's and my house. What's this nonsense about land and names? This is absurd.
I knew it. Kyle never told you, did he?
What? What didn't he tell me?
Well, Kyle really wanted to give you a new house. You were always comparing yourself to others, complaining about how your friends had new houses and how much you wanted one too. Kyle wanted to make you happy. But then his company went under. I bet he didn't see that coming.
Wait, Kyle's company collapsed?
Yes, he tried to buy a house for you to meet your expectations, but after his company went bankrupt, he couldn't even get a loan. So he came to me. Since I own a lot of land in the area, I had a few properties, but you and Kyle insisted on a brand new house. I lent him the land and helped with the construction cost. That's how you got your new house.
This is crazy. This is completely insane. If what you're saying is true, that means Kyle, my husband Kyle, has been lying this whole time. He's been unemployed, secretly living off your money and hiding it from me. That makes him a total loser.
Well, loser might be a bit harsh, but yes, that's the truth. The house you've been boasting about, that new house you're so proud of, it's thanks to the poor old woman you were so eager to insult. Isn't that ironic?
No. That has to be a lie. Kyle told me. He said you were the one asking for money. He said you were in debt, and that's why we were barely making ends meet each month. He said he was lending you money every month.
No, Alyssa, still don't get it? The reason you and Kyle are barely scraping by is because he hasn't had a job since the company went bankrupt. Do you even know if he's been making any money at all since then?
So, wait. All of this is true?
Why would I lie? Anyway, I've had enough of this conversation. I need you to move out as soon as possible. We can't start the demolition work with you still there, and frankly, you're just causing trouble. You tried so hard to kick me out of the house, but it turns out you're the ones who have to leave after all. Funny how things work out, isn't it?
Wait! You can't just spring this on us out of nowhere. Talk to Kyle first. He's your son. And look, I know you're mad about how I acted yesterday, but you can't go this far. This is too much, don't you think? This house is brand new. We just moved in. Tearing it down is crazy.
The fact that I'm willing to go this far just shows how much I don't want you living here anymore.
What? Do you really hate me that much?
It's not just you. I'm fed up with Kyle as well. But Chris and his wife are expecting a baby now. They need a proper home, and this land is perfect for a large house. I've already decided to tear down this place and build a 2-family home here for Chris and his new family. You two have had your fun in the new house. It's time to make way for the future.
Wait a minute. You're tearing down our house to build a new one for Chris and yourself? That's incredibly selfish. Have you ever considered how this affects us? Are we supposed to just move out because you feel like it? That's completely unfair.
Unfair? You're calling me selfish? I'm not the one who insulted my mother-in-law, calling her poor and useless. I'm not the one who tried to sever ties with my husband's family just because I thought I was better than them. Remember, you're the one who told me you didn't want me in your life, didn't want me around. So fine, you don't want me? You won't have the house either. And frankly, I'm done with you and Kyle. I've had enough of both of you. You're no longer my concern.
No, please wait. You can't just do this. What are we supposed to do now?
That's not my problem. You brought this on yourselves. Good luck figuring it out with your husband. I'm sure you two will manage. Somehow.
Mom, please pick up the phone. I'm in real trouble here. I have nowhere to live, and Alyssa is about to kick me out too. She's even talking about divorce now. Can you believe it? Why is it coming to this? We just built that house.
Kyle, you should be ashamed of yourself. You've been telling Alyssa all these things about me, making me out to be the bad guy. And now you come crawling back to me for help? Do you even have any idea how much money I've lent you over the years?
I thought you'd help me out because I'm your son.
The money I lent you is not a gift. It's a loan, Kyle.
What do you mean?
It's just a debt. I have all the promissory notes for the money I've lent you until now. I've consulted a lawyer, so once you start working again, I'll be expecting you to pay it all back immediately.
Wait a minute, Mom, are you serious? You plan on taking back the money you gave me?
I never gave it to you. I lent it to you. Don't get it twisted.
But why, Mom? That house was supposed to be mine. You can't just suddenly decide to give it to Chris instead? Did he somehow convince you to do this? Is that what happened here?
Kyle, wake up. What you're doing right now is honestly disgraceful. Lying to both your mother and your wife to get money isn't a way to live. You should be thankful that Alyssa is letting you stay at her house, considering how things are going for you. I'm cutting ties with you for a while because if I don't, you'll keep relying on me. You'll end up being a burden on Chris, too.
Cut ties? Are you out of your mind?
You were the one who said Alyssa could do whatever she wanted when she tried to cut ties with me.
I just didn't want to deal with upsetting her.
Well, good for you. Now you can sever ties with me too. And as for the money I lent you, I'll make sure to collect it properly. You need to find a job and figure your life out.
Mom, wait! What about my house? You can't just take that away!
You should earn your own money before thinking about owning a house. Do your best with Alyssa. Work together. I'm just an outsider in this situation. Goodbye.
You decided not to demolish the house after all, didn't you? I heard this from Chris's wife.
Oh, you're still in touch with her? It's perfectly fine for you to maintain contact, but I'd appreciate it if you could refrain from getting involved any further in our lives. It would be quite inconvenient if you were to come over to the house unexpectedly. If you really don't want things to escalate to the point of involving the police, I would ask that you please stop any further actions.
I have no intention of doing such a thing. I had no idea that Kyle had just barged in uninvited. He himself regrets it now and has been thinking about his actions.
So you're not going through with the divorce after all?
There have been a lot of ups and downs between us, but after reflecting on everything, I think I also have my faults. So I've decided to forgive him for what happened.
I see. That must be quite tough for your parents too, having to witness all of this.
Kyle has recently found a job through my parents' connections, which has been a relief. He is finally taking things seriously and working hard. I really wanted to reach out to you to sincerely apologize for my past behavior.
Huh? You want to apologize to me?
Yes, absolutely. I'm really sorry for saying such rude things before. After hearing all the circumstances from Chris, it opened my eyes to the truth of the situation we were in. Now I'm also working myself. We are both trying our best to get our lives back on track together.
I'm surprised. I never expected to receive an apology from you. Alyssa, it seems you really have come to your senses and matured through all of this.
I sincerely apologize for being rude all this time. I didn't know that you were helping out with our living expenses during those difficult times. I feel terrible about that.
It's fine now. It's all in the past, and we can't change what has already happened. You both are still young, and if you've decided to work hard as a couple, I truly hope you put in a lot of effort to make it work. I'll leave it to you to take care of everything from now on. However, please don't overdo it either. Remember to take care of yourselves. Well then, thank you for taking the time to contact me. I appreciate it.
You take care of yourself too. I'm truly sorry for everything that has transpired.
Thank you for realizing the situation and reaching out to me. I hope you both work hard for a brighter future ahead. I have been maintaining my silence with Kyle as usual, keeping a distance and avoiding any communication with him. It has been quite a long time since I last heard from him, and I've grown accustomed to this state of being without him in my life. The memories we shared are now distant echoes, but they still linger in the back of my mind. However, recently, through Chris's wife, I learned some news that took me completely by surprise. Alyssa is pregnant. When I first heard that news, a whirlwind of emotions surged within me. I felt a mix of curiosity, concern, and even a hint of nostalgia. On one hand, I found myself wondering how they were handling this significant change in their lives. On the other hand, I couldn't help but reflect on my own feelings regarding Kyla and Alyssa, especially considering the tumultuous history we all shared. The thought of them starting a family together raised so many questions in my mind. Questions that I had to confront as I processed this unexpected information. It seems that Kyle is now working seriously, striving to be more responsible. I've heard that he is genuinely trying to make an effort to turn his life around, which is something I never thought I would see happen. This newfound dedication includes working hard to pay back the debt he owes me, which is a remarkable change in his behavior. His commitment to paying the debts shows a level of responsibility that was previously lacking in his character. This shift in his attitude gives me hope that he is on a better path. And moreover, it appears that they have managed to move out of Alyssa's parents' house together. This step signifies a degree of independence and maturity that Kyle seemed to struggle with in the past. The fact that they are living on their own now suggests that they are trying to build a life together, separate from their families, which is a significant milestone. It's a step towards self-sufficiency that I hope will serve them well in the future. As I think about all of this, I feel somewhat relieved that he seems to have learned something from that experience we went through. The hardships and challenges that they faced must have contributed to his newfound determination. Life often teaches us lessons in unexpected ways, and perhaps this is one of those moments for him. It's a realization that the struggles we endure can lead to personal growth, and I hope Kyle has genuinely taken the time to reflect on his actions and their consequences. Despite the pain associated with our past, I want to believe that Kyle has truly come to understand the impact of his decisions on those around him. It's important for people to learn and grow from their experiences, and I want to hold on to the hope that he is becoming a better person, one who is capable of taking responsibility for his actions and the effects they have on others. If we ever meet again, I hope to be able to smile and forgive him. Forgiveness is a powerful thing. It not only helps the person being forgiven, but also offers a sense of peace to the one doing the forgiving. I realize that holding on to resentment only weighs me down, and I want to move forward with my life without that burden. The thought of letting go is liberating, and I want to embrace that freedom. Meeting Kyle again would present an opportunity for both of us to acknowledge the past, but also to look toward the future. I want to be in a place where I can genuinely wish him well and mean it. I believe that people can change, and I'd like to think that he is on that journey of change now. I want to be able to recognize the efforts he has made and appreciate his growth as a person, even if it took time for him to reach this point. As I reflect on my own journey, I find that I have also undergone significant changes. The experiences I've had, both with Kyle and Alyssa, have shaped me into a stronger and more resilient person. I've learned the importance of self-love and self-acceptance, and I'm no longer willing to settle for less than I deserve. This journey has been transformative, and I am grateful for the lessons I have learned along the way. I've had my share of struggles, and I understand that everyone has their own path to walk. If Kyle is truly committed to being a better person and making amends, I'd like to support that in whatever way I can. Life is too short to dwell on past grievances, and I want to embrace the idea of new beginnings, both for myself and for those around me. In reflecting on all of this, I realize that my feelings toward Kyle are more complicated than I initially thought. There's a part of me that still feels hurt by what happened, but I also recognize the importance of letting go. Life has a way of moving forward, whether we are ready or not, and I want to be a part of that forward motion. I don't want to be anchored by the past. I want to sail into the future with hope and determination. With Alyssa pregnant, there are new dynamics at play, and I can't help but wonder how this will affect their relationship. Will they be able to build a stable family together? Will Kyle continue on this path of responsibility, or will old habits resurface? I hope for the best for them, but I also understand that the road ahead may not be easy. Parenthood brings with it a unique set of challenges that can test even the strongest relationships. The thought of Alyssa becoming a mother fills me with mixed emotions. She and Kyle have had their share of ups and downs, and now they are stepping into a new chapter of their lives. I can only hope that they are prepared for the challenges that parenthood brings. I imagine that this experience will force them to confront their past mistakes and grow as individuals and as a couple. I want to believe that they will rise to the occasion, but I also know that it requires a lot of work and commitment. As for me, I will continue down on my own journey, cherishing the lessons I've learned from my experiences with Kyle and Alyssa. I want to be someone who can look back on my past without bitterness, someone who can genuinely wish for the happiness of others, even those who have caused me pain. It's a powerful feeling to let go of negativity and replace it with a sense of peace and acceptance. I've realized that life is too precious to hold on to grudges. It's important to forgive not only others, but also ourselves for the mistakes we've made. I want to embrace the future with an open heart, ready to welcome whatever comes my way. I want to live a life filled with joy and gratitude, surrounded by those who uplift and inspire me. In the end, all I want is peace. Peace for myself and peace for those around me. I want to embrace the idea of forgiveness and the possibility of second chances, not just for Kyle, but for everyone in my life. I'm ready to move forward and make the most of whatever comes next. Life has a funny way of working itself out, and I trust that whatever the future holds, it will be for the best. As I think about the future, I find myself contemplating what my life will look like in the months and years to come. I hope to continue growing as a person, to explore new opportunities, and to find happiness in the small things. The idea of starting anew excites me, and I want to chase after my dreams without hesitation. I also want to surround myself with people who support me, who encourage me to be the best version of myself. Building a strong support system is vital for personal growth, and I want to invest my time and energy into relationships that foster positivity and understanding. I want to be there for others as well, to lend a listening ear or a helping hand whenever possible. Ultimately, I want to live a life that reflects my values and beliefs. I want to be true to myself and pursue my passions wholeheartedly. I hope to travel, to experience different cultures, and to meet new people who can teach me about life in ways I have yet to discover. There is so much to learn and explore in this world, and I want to embrace every opportunity that comes my way. While I may not have all the answers right now, I trust that I am headed in the right direction. I believe that every experience, whether good or bad, contributes to our growth as individuals. I want to take the lessons I've learned from my past and use them as stepping stones toward a brighter future. As I prepare to embark on this new chapter of my life, I feel a sense of excitement and anticipation. I am ready to face whatever challenges may come my way, armed with the knowledge and wisdom I have gained through my experiences. I want to be resilient, adaptable, and open to change. In conclusion, as I reflect on the news of Alyssa's pregnancy and the changes happening in Kyle's life, I feel a sense of hope for both of them. I wish them well in their journey as they navigate the complexities of parenthood. I hope that they find happiness and fulfillment in their new roles as parents and partners. And for myself, I am ready to embrace the future with open arms, to forgive and let go of the past, and to create a life that brings me joy and fulfillment. I want to cherish every moment and live with intention, knowing that I have the power to shape my own destiny. While life may throw challenges my way, I feel equipped to handle them with grace and strength. I have learned to adapt and overcome, and I will carry that knowledge with me as I move forward. My experiences have shaped me into a person who is resilient and capable, and I won't let fear hold me back. As I think about the relationships in my past, I want to cultivate those that bring positivity and joy. I want to spend time with people who inspire me and motivate me to be my best self. I hope to create a network of friends and loved ones who will support me through thick and thin, and I will strive to do the same for them. In the journey ahead, I am committed to embracing change and growth. I want to continue learning and evolving as a person, both in my personal and professional life. I hope to take on new challenges and push myself beyond my comfort zone. Life is an adventure, and I want to make the most of it. I also recognize the importance of self-care and taking time for myself. I want to prioritize my mental and emotional well-being as I navigate the complexities of life. This means making time for activities that bring me joy, practicing mindfulness, and seeking balance in my life. I want to be the best version of myself, and that starts with taking care of my own needs. As I reflect on my past, I realize that every experience has contributed to the person I am today. I want to honor those experiences and the lessons they taught me. I hope to use my journey to inspire others, to show them that it's possible to overcome obstacles and create a fulfilling life. I want to be a source of encouragement for those who are struggling. Life can be challenging, and I understand the importance of having someone to lean on. I want to offer support and understanding to others, just as I have received in my own life. As I look ahead, I feel hopeful about the future. I believe that good things are coming my way, and I am excited to embrace new opportunities. I want to approach life with an open heart and an open mind, ready to welcome whatever comes next. I also want to be patient with myself as I navigate this journey. Change takes time, and I want to allow myself the grace to grow at my own pace. I understand that setbacks may happen, but I won't let them deter me from my path. Instead, I will view them as opportunities for growth and learning. In closing, as I contemplate the new chapter that awaits me, I am filled with a sense of gratitude. I am grateful for the experiences that have shaped me, for the lessons learned, and for the support I have received along the way. I am ready to move forward with confidence, knowing that I have the strength to create a life filled with purpose and joy. I look forward to what lies ahead, embracing the uncertainties and the possibilities that await me. Each day is a new opportunity to grow, to learn, and to create a life that reflects who I am and what I value. I am ready to step into this new phase of my life, filled with hope and excitement for the journey that lies ahead.